What if the doors to the American dream suddenly swung wide open for thousands more seasonal Caribbean workers? Imagine a future where a Jamaican American president reshapes U.S. immigration policy, creating a boom in opportunities for workers from Jamaica and the wider Caribbean. This isn't just a fantasy. It could be closer to reality than you think. Welcome to our What If series, where we explore potential futures that could reshape Jamaica and the Caribbean. Today, we're exploring a scenario that could change the lives of thousands. What if a future President Harris establishes a seasonal Caribbean worker program, providing more legal pathways for Jamaicans and other Caribbean nationals to work temporarily in the U.S. agriculture and hospitality industries? But first, let's talk about what's already happening. Right now, the U.S. has programs that allow some Caribbean nationals to enter the country for temporary jobs. These aren't new. They've been around for decades, but they're limited, and getting a spot can be tough. For Jamaica, the numbers tell the story. Each year, about 5,000 Jamaican farm workers head to the U.S. to work in agriculture. That's a lot of people, but it's just the beginning. In 2022, around 12,000 Jamaicans found jobs in the U.S. hospitality industry. That's hotels, restaurants, and resorts, places where Jamaicans' famous warmth and hospitality shine. But Jamaica isn't the only Caribbean nation sending workers. Other English-speaking Caribbean countries like Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, and Grenada also participate, though in smaller numbers. The exact figures for these countries can be hard to pin down, but it's clear that these programs are a big deal for the whole region. Now let's jump into our what-if scenario. Imagine a future President Harris, with her Jamaican roots, decides to supercharge these programs. She introduces a new seasonal Caribbean worker program that opens more positions for people from Jamaica and other Caribbean countries to work in the U.S., focusing on agriculture and hospitality. What could this mean for Jamaica and the wider Caribbean? First, let's talk about jobs. More spots in the program could mean more Jamaicans and other Caribbean nationals working in the U.S. We could see the numbers double, triple, or even more. Instead of 5,000 farm workers, maybe Jamaica sends 15,000 or 20,000. Instead of 12,000 hospitality workers, perhaps it's 30,000 or 40,000. This isn't just about numbers, it's about people. More jobs mean more opportunities for Caribbean workers to earn perhaps higher wages, learn new skills, and support their families back home. It could be a game changer for many households. Speaking of families back home, let's talk about remittances. That's the money workers send back to their home countries. It's already a huge part of many Caribbean economies. In Jamaica, for example, remittances make up about 15% of the country's GDP. With more workers in the U.S., this flow of money could increase significantly, boosting local economies across the Caribbean. But it's not all smooth sailing. A bigger program could face challenges. How would it affect local job markets in the Caribbean? Would it lead to a brain drain as more skilled workers leave for the U.S.? And in the U.S., how would it impact American workers in these industries? There's also the question of workers' rights and protection. Expanding the program would need to come with strong safeguards to prevent exploitation and ensure fair treatment for all workers. On the flip side, this program could strengthen ties between the U.S. and the Caribbean. More people-to-people connections could lead to increased cultural exchange, tourism, and even business opportunities. For the U.S., it could help address labor shortages in key industries. American farmers often struggle to find enough workers during harvest seasons. Hotels and restaurants in tourist areas frequently face similar challenges. A larger pool of reliable, experienced Caribbean workers could be a solution. Maybe in Jamaica, for instance, the Heart Trust training institutions could train workers for the overseas program, even those from the wider Caribbean region. This expanded program could also serve as a model for U.S. immigration policy and Caribbean skills training policy. It might show how controlled legal pathways for temporary workers can benefit both the U.S. and the workers' home countries. Of course, this is all speculation. We don't know if a future President Harris would propose such a program or if it would pass through Congress. But it's an interesting what-if to consider. What do you think? Would an expanded seasonal Caribbean worker program be good for Jamaica and the Caribbean? What challenges do you see? How might it change life in your community? We want to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment below with your take on this what-if scenario. Do you know someone who's participated in these work programs? Share their story. And if you have ideas for future what-if topics about Jamaica and the Caribbean, let us know. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos exploring potential futures for Jamaica and the Caribbean. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next What If.